Kendall Johnson is a specialist in Kirlian photography, a technique for making the invisible visible.
Kirlian photography is the popular name for maybe what is better known as electrical photography. Think about putting a leaf on a piece of film, lay the film on the dresser, the table in your house, and sneak up on the little leaf and spark it. And when you develop the film in the normal way, what results is an image on the film that looks very much like the leaf.
Through the work of Kendall Johnson and others, a new world has been opened for exploration. Perhaps the aura captured photographically is the force others say they have felt with their hands, recognized in their mind's eye.
One fantastic experience we had was simply photographing the discharge that takes place in the atmosphere, in the air. Air is very necessary for these images. If there's no air, if there's no atmosphere, there's no image. We simply exposed the film to this discharge, and the result was a patterning that was incredible. It looked very much like a scene on the desert in the winter, a Zen garden, the way trees grow, and the impact of that image still is very vivid in my mind. And I wonder, is this saying something about the way patterns of energy perhaps predefine the way physically things develop? Kirlian photography not only creates these beautiful designs of energy, but it becomes very interesting when people interact with objects when these images are made. And one example of that would be what we call a green thumb series of experiments. We would pluck a leaf from a plant and make a picture, and then we'd scratch it, and then we'd make another image on film. And what would usually happen is that over a period of time, the leaf would gradually fade. But what we'd do then is, using the same type of leaf, ask someone who had the reputation of having a green thumb, you know, somebody that can grow anything. We asked them to hold their hand above the mutilated leaf. And with many of these people, rather than the leaf becoming dimmer, it actually became more brilliant.
The profound implication is that the energy depicted by Kirlian photography works both ways. The finger of someone noted for skill and sensitivity with plants has a bright aura. The finger of a person who's had little success with plants represents a marked contrast. Maybe having a green thumb or a brown thumb means more than anyone realized, that a touch can convey as much information as volumes of words.
As if somewhere in between this very personal world, one that I feel, the one that I live in, and the other world that the ordinary world that we live in every day, that's me and the world's out there. There's this whole new other possibility, and that's very exciting.
Can plants also speak? If so, can we learn to decipher this other voice? For the lover of things that grow, the ultimate would be to learn that plants have a language that can be learned. It would satisfy the needs of those who touch and complete that miraculous chemistry between man and plant. Aristotle and Plutarch thought that trees had perceptions, that they were capable of passion and reason. Modern thinkers believe they may not have been far off. Cleve Baxter has spent more than 25 years researching the behavior of plants.
Right now we're going to use a pair of electrodes that are regularly used on people but now are mounted between this C-clamp.
Baxter is a polygraph expert and has conducted lie detector tests for the Army and the CIA. The polygraph is essential to his work with plants.
This is a conventional piece of polygraph equipment of which we're using only 1/3, the galvanic skin response section. Now I'm going to activate the chart drive on the equipment and turn up the sensitivity and balance in the plant between these electrodes. Now, the tracing we're getting now represents the plant. All right, now I'm going to take a scalpel and try to get underneath the skin level of my hand, see if the pain first of cutting causes any change in the plant.
It is an experiment Baxter has performed many times. By inflicting pain on himself, he hopes to register some reaction in the plant. It is proof, Baxter feels, of perception on an elemental level. All living things, he believes, react to the pain of another. For whatever reason, the experiment fails. Perhaps Baxter has performed it too often. His reaction may not have been genuine. Baxter now tries the experiment with In Search of staff member Kay Hoffman.
I'm going to balance this in and turn it to automatic 0 in this case and let it quiet down.
He calibrates the machine, this time in hope of achieving a response from the plant to the cutting of Kay's hand with a scalpel.
You got a hand to spare? Right here? All right. Now, what I'm going to do is just to cut a little bit here. When you feel this, the thing that was going fairly calm is now going pretty wild. I think the plant is tuned into your apprehension pretty nicely. Now let's see if it's tuned into this.